Okay, this is Keith Boggs with Stonebriar Property Inspection. This is the debrief for 7170 Sterling Drive. First picture you see here is just a picture of the front of the house. It comes on. There you go. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. This is the direction the house is facing, so almost directly north. That will be in the report, but a section that you don't see. It's just something the state requires. This is the temperature when I got here. That's also going to be in the report, but not a section that you'll see. That's also something that we have to put in the report. This is my termite sticker to show that I did a termite inspection here. I did not find any termites. I did not see any past treatments. If you're licensed and you do a treatment, you've got to leave a sticker like I have here. So treatment's going to look a little different, but this is just the date, my license number. I just showing that I just did only inspection only. Since I didn't find any termites, if any termites show up within 12 months from when you close, you call this phone number here in Dallas, and they'll come out and treat it for free. And that's where the sticker is.
Okay.
This is the water meter in the main shop out. It's out by the street, but it's buried under dirt. So I couldn't look at the meter. One of the things that we do is on the meter is look at the low flow indicator, and you can identify supply leaks that way. So I can't see that. I couldn't identify if there was any kind of supply leak. So best thing to do is just ask the sellers for their water bills. If their water bills are $200, $300, then there's a leak in there.
Yeah.
The water is pretty cheap. It shouldn't be 70, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
With a pool, maybe a little more. It should be pretty low. But you do want somebody to go out there and dig all that dirt out of there. That main shop, there's two valves. I'll show you. I have a picture of the other one. That main valve, if somebody has to say you've got something going on, and you're not home, and the neighbor comes over to turn off the water, you can't get to it. And if the dirt there, that may have caused that valve to seize up. So the dirt needs to be removed, and somebody needs to make sure that valve operates. And then if you're familiar with meters, there's a little dial on it. It spins around. That's a low flow indicator. So you can actually go look at it yourself. And it's up by the fence, right there. It's about 75 feet away from the front drive there. And you're going to see some hand things there. This is my hand for 75. It's actually 75 feet, about 75 feet. This is the roof. So people are always asking about the roof cover. So I started taking videos of the roof covers. This is a little short video. It's about a minute and a half long. I'm going to play it so you've got it for the recording. You may hear me huffing and puffing and stuff. Trying to walk around the steep roof. Good. It's a good quality shingle. It's not a cheap builder grade, crappy.
3-tab.
It's not a three-tab shingle. It's a decent shingle. It's in good condition. It looks pretty new.
2015.
Yeah, it looks very new. So you should get, provided we don't have a horrible hailstorm, they can last 20 years. Yeah.
I work in the business.
Oh, do you? Okay. Oh, okay.
So you got ridge vent all the way across, a lot of peaks. No whirlybirds.
Yep, there's two, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah. It's not ridge venting though. It's very They've just got soffit venting and then the turbo vents. It looks like they replaced them too because they're look new to me. It was a little windy out there.
Yeah, it's been windy all day.
They sealed up the nail heads good, and there really was zero defects in the roof cover, which is good because there's almost always some defect in it. And there was none here. Okay. This is your propane tank, so you get propane instead of natural gas. This is not something we inspect, but there is a sticker on here. There's the name of it. Well, you can't really see the name of the company. I would just call that company and get any information about the propane.
Okay.
This is what's called a exposed post-tension cable. You got one there. You've got one there. Right now, they're just starting to be exposed. They just need to be covered up. It's just cosmetic. If you ignore them over time, they can cause foundation problems. They keep on rusting away. And I've seen corners of houses break off and stuff.
Weep holes.
Yeah. The weep holes are present. Yeah. So those you just go to Home Depot and buy some Quikrete. Just I would get a wire brush and clean it down real good, so it sticks better. This is your condenser. This is the manufacturer's label. This stuff really just for me. It is newer. because they've got 410A Freon.
Yeah, they said it was 2015 too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. There's a little bit of structural movement. We're going to talk about that. A little bit on the outside, a little bit on the inside. Nothing that's structurally significant. You don't have a sprinkler system, so that makes it harder on the foundation. If you get a sprinkler system or circle hoses, then you can soak you can keep the foundation moist, and it's going to perform much better. But this is just a little crack. This one does go through the brick a little bit.
What elevation was that on?
That was on the front of the house. This is high soil. You got a couple locations. I think this is actually 2 locations where there's high soil and or vegetation touching the structure. So if you're doing a VA loan or FHA loan, they're going to want what are called conducive conditions remediated. In this case, you would just lower this down and then trim the vegetation away from the structure. They may not. In a lot of cases, they won't fund the loan until you do that. That's vegetation touching the structure there. And this is where those 2 things are located. This is the water pressure to the house. So the range is 40 to 80. You're a little bit over 60, about not quite 65. That should be plenty good pressure for a house of this size. This is your front patio GFCI. I did not inspect that because they've got this big thing here with a bunch of personal stuff on there, and I didn't want to risk breaking it. So I did test the one in the back. I did test that one. This is your other handhole for your shutoff. This is usually buried. Usually you can't find them. I was surprised when I saw it there because usually you never see them. And that's just located right down here. And then this is the vegetation. Well, this is what's called a corner compression crack. This may pop off. It looks like it has at one time. It's been repaired. Whether it's a compression crack or a corner pop, it's not structurally significant. It doesn't affect the performance of the foundation. Just completely cosmetic. That's located down there. You also got one over here. Oh, this is a wire going to this lighting that should be instead of a conduit. This is a corner compression crack right down there. Okay, the door. This is the back patio door here. This exterior casing on the outside here, and I got a picture later on the inside, is rotten. So this casing is completely rotted completely through. It looks like they try to repair it, but that's just a band-aid. Then also on the just close right side. Did they put that on it? Okay. And then also here, this is just on this outside trim piece. So probably going to need to replace at least this one side of the jamb or the casing on both inside and outside, and then just probably this little trim piece right here. That's your septic system out here. These are the wires that are just sitting out there in the open. This should be encased in a junction box to protect them. I did do a basic inspection of the septic system, which is called a level 0 inspection. They've got level 0, 1, 2, and 3. Each level goes up. Different things they do. If you want anything more than what I do, then a basic, you're going to have to go to a septic company to do that. There is a sticker there. It looks like the last time they had service was just a couple months ago.
Yes.
In November.
Yeah, they sent us that.
Okay, good. And it looks like they have it looks like they've been keeping up with it. Okay. So every city's different. Some want that inspected or serviced every year. Some every 2 years. Unincorporated areas may not want to. Don't even care.
Yeah, we would do it probably every 2 years.
Yeah, and that should be fine. Septic systems can last a long time if you take care of them. This is just the inside of the box. I just looked at the wires here. Everything inside of here looks fine. Then this is the septic company, and then there's the date, November 2017. This is the drain field out here, and I did walk the drain field. Didn't notice any kind of odd smells. Nothing was mushy. Nothing looked odd out there. The only thing was the sprinkler, the little cover that goes on the sprinkler. If it gets too full from rain or too much use, that sprinkler comes up and sprays out the water into the yard. Okay. And that's just located right there. But it's just a cosmetic, it's just a little cover. This is me. This is just sign language for myself. Nowhere in the front of the house did I see the double cleanouts. It's very possible they're buried under the ground somewhere. So you just want to question the sellers. The inspector said he didn't see any double cleanouts. Where are they located? That's just, again, my sign language. This is a couple more cracks here. I'm going through the mortar joint and through the brick. And there's one more crack here. And these are both up front, here and over there. Not structurally significant. You can see that kind of stuff in brand new houses. This is the front door lintel. It's rusting, so that needs to be painted. And then also the window lintels. Need to be sanded and painted. This is just for me. When I got here to test the heat, I took a picture to make sure I put it back to where they had it, so I don't get a phone call saying you didn't return my heat to where you had it. They had it in emergency heat when I got here. I put it into regular heat and did some testing. Luckily, the system's new because the heating didn't work very well at all. It wasn't heating. You'll see here in a minute. No, this is the master bathroom. The rod is not connected to the drain stop. You can still push down by hand, but you have to reach underneath the. This is the GFCI in the master, and it's defective. It's quit working. It's seized up, so that needs to be replaced. That one right there. This is the reading on the heat. When I raise it up to 90, normally if it's on 90, you're getting like 100, 110, 120, 130 degrees. It was at about 82. I don't think it got higher than 85 in regular heat, and about the same, about 80 degrees in emergency heat. So somebody needs to come out and evaluate the system and see why is it not working. Okay. This is your microwave, and this is just me showing you what things work. That's the manufacturer's label. This is, again, it will be in the video, but it's just for me. Oh, there is a problem with the microwave. It's a 4-speed, but only works, and 2 of the speeds work, only 2 of them. So 3 and 4, it doesn't get any faster. Okay. This is me heating a bottle of water to show the microwave doesn't work. This is your cooktop. It was set to 350 and heated to within range. The range is 325 to 375, so heated within the range. That's just manufacturer's label. This is your cooktop. Nice blue flames, that's what you want. This one's blowing. That's when I had the door open. That's why it looks like it's blowing a little bit. That's the only reason it looks that way. It works fine. There's your dishwasher. I took several readings on the dishwasher. It finally did get up to where it was heating properly. So this reading was not very well, but that was at the very beginning. This is just to remind me to tell you that I did fill up both the sinks with water, and I drained them at the exact same time to see if any leaks, overload the system to look for leaks, and no leaks showed up. So no leaks into the kitchen sink. Now look at this. I want you to look at the fixture here. In the next picture, you'll see it, how it moves. Mm-hmm. It's loose. Yeah. You can jiggle it. Yeah. So there's a little ring. Yeah, a little ring under there. Yeah. As we tighten up. Okay. So this is again another reading, 77 degrees. That's very important. This is the inside casing, or jam, whatever, at that back patio door. This is your hot side on your utility, your washer and dryer, or your washer. It's corroding, so I need to put a new valve in there. That will eventually leak. That valve right there. This is inside the panel box. This, what they're doing right here, is called double tapping. It should look like this. You get a wire separation wire. So this is called double tapping. They did it on both sides of the panel box. Double tapping, so that's a fire hazard. Could damage equipment and lead to shock. Also, the grounds and neutrals are floating on the main panel box, and they should not be floating. They should be bonded. So, if there was another box on the outside, they can do it at the first point of disconnect. There's no other box out there where it's bonded. So this is incorrect. So they got both. They've got neutrals here, and then they got a floating ground here and a floating ground here. So the electrician needs to fix that. This is in emergency heat mode, and we'll get to that in a second. This is this window right above us here.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of structural movement there, and then this is right behind me, here and up there, at the ceiling. So there, and not structurally significant. This is just called a corner bead, and those things move all the time. This is actually behind Leah.
Yeah, it's up there.
Up there, and then there's a crack. I've got on the ceiling. Yep, you saw this. Okay, right there. Again, not structurally significant. These are some nail pops right behind me here on that wall. 2 of them right there, up here, and those are not. That's normal. Nail pops can be structural, but just 2 of them in one room. If they went through through rooms into closets and stuff, through across our whole house, then you could be talking about a framing problem. But it's just really, I think it was the only place the tool was right there. Again, this is the rating on the emergency heat, 75, 82. This is the guest shower, and it never got that hot in there. Sink got hot, master shower got hot. Everything got hot except for that shower. It never really got hot. Got kind of lukewarm. So probably need a new cartridge in that right there. This is another reading on the dishwasher. It's still not heating yet, but it did eventually get there. This is the attic access stairs. They're using screws here to retain the stairs. You can't do that. Screws don't have the shear strength of a nail does. They can snap. So you get some big service guy, 250 pound, 300 pound guy walking up there, and that could come out of the ceiling. So I'll put in the report the nailing pattern. You can use 1/4 inch lag bolts, or you can use what are called 16 penny nails, and the nailing pattern is basically 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 3 on each side. But I'll put in the report the nailing pattern. Okay. This is your water heater. It is in the attic, probably not the best location for it. It doesn't have a float switch, which is not required. That's something you may want to think about, installing a valve shutoff switch on there, because if it leaks, it's gonna flood the house. Yeah. That's the manufacturer's label. That's for me. This is your Coleman furnace air handler, and I looked on the inside. It looks great in there. It looks like I don't know what's going on with it. It looks.
I think the HVAC was replaced in 2015 too.
Yeah, it's not heating at all. This is your filter. It's a 20 by 25 by 4. So you don't only have to switch those twice a year, and it is clean. This is the shed over here. They've got exposed wires here. Again, those should be inside of a junction box. Put on the wall there. That's where they're located, up there above the door, side door. This is inside that panel box. That one looks fine. No problems with that panel box. This is back at the dishwasher. It's finally starting to heat. This is at the pool. Both the baskets are full. You want to keep them as clean as possible. These are to see if how level the pool is. I took three measurements from the coping to the top of the water, and they're all about 3.5 inches. So the pool is level; it hasn't had any movement. These are the three measurements. They're all just about the same. Now this coping may be a little different, but it's pretty close. These are your drains. These should have what are called anti-entrapment devices on them. That's to keep something from getting stuck to them. This is your equipment out here. These are not labeled. I can't remember which one is which. One's for the waterfall and one's for the water effect at the step there. They did both work fine. This is the pressure. It's almost a 20. This is when you need to clean it. Right around. Well, this is where it should be. Actually, this is wrong. Cleaning is usually up here dirty. So it's actually fine. Forget that. I was looking at the wrong thing. It should run about 12 to 15.
So what is that again?
Pressure. That's pressure. Yeah. And it should run between 12 and 15. So it's just getting a little high. When it gets up around 25, 30 is when you want to back wash it. These are the 2 filters. I don't know if you can see this here. This is the pump for the pool cleaner, and it's got a little leak dripping from here. That's just a minor thing. And that's it.
All right.
So pretty close, pretty clean. Any questions?
So if I had to guess, the electrical inside the house would be the #1 concern.
Yep. And then
mechanical.
Yeah. If it's a new system, HVAC, it should be covered under warranty, so
okay.
it should not be an issue.
Okay, because it was, I think 2015 is what it said.
Yeah.
Right,
It's most of them are 5 years.
Okay.
Some go up to 10 years, so it's within that range. Shouldn't be any problem with that.
Okay.
I'm going to stop this.